He's been now for a few years, and he's like, they rocked it. It was the best it's ever been. He loved it.
It's a hit and miss.
It is definitely hit or miss.
It really is a hit and miss on the food. Because some people are like, no, or, and then we had some hiccups, like the rice. That was hard.
If you came through the first part of the line, it was pretty good. Came through towards the end, it got a little bit cooler and.
My husband went to a restaurant after us.
He's
a pretty good pie at the village, whatever.
Well, there he is. They got him out and they got him to go down the front.
He was in the beginning of the line, and he just said the portions were a little small for him, but
Okay.
he said they had these little measuring cups.
Yeah.
So
we
he's
did.
like, and he knew why. I mean, obviously, you
Yeah.
had to make sure it went through everyone, but.
I almost think that the food truck would be kind of cool because then maybe they might pay you guys to like
Yeah.
be involved, and then people can pick and choose. Like I don't want to spend
Whatever
money
they
on that,
want.
spend money. Yeah, that could. I
Well,
could see that, and that would be less stress.
Trucks, we could have the line outside.
Ahead of time. You come early and get it.
The only question with the food trucks is they're not as reliable.
And Friday night,
They wanna go
make all
somewhere
their
else
money
where they
on
go
this little
somewhere.
food truck
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I just did an event on Friday. I'm sorry, I'm talking.
Oh, no,
about-
go ahead.
So I did our baseball carnival, which was the exact same thing in a sense. So we had 2 food trucks, and they charged roughly around $8 for the hamburger hot dog truck, and about $12 for the queso amore truck. The whole night, we had it for a 3-hour event, we made $150 per truck.
Yeah.
So it wasn't much, so if you're looking at it for that, the complaint I got was kind of a lot of money that I didn't wanna spend when I wanted to spend it on other things. And the lines got long, so we had 2 trucks, which they wouldn't have done it if there was more than 2 trucks, and we
Okay.
had 500 families, but I would say I probably had 500 total, so I don't know how many people would be here.
Okay.
I haven't been, cause I was at my daughter and husband office.
The sweetheart dance,
So,
350.
if I had 500 families invited to this, and they said only as long as it's us 2, we won't do it with more, I don't know that a food truck
Is gonna make us send more.
would come and do it for that.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, the food was great, those who did eat it said they liked it, but I think my husband said he stood, I asked him, I'm like, how long were you in line? He goes, probably 20 minutes.
Okay.
So of your event, is it 2.5 hours, 3 hours, how long is it?
It's almost 3 hours. 6 to 8:30, 2.5 hours.
I don't know how long the line is when you serve the food.
It's long. It gets pretty long. It gets
Yeah.
long.
So we did a
But
survey
it wasn't
this
as
year.
bad this year as it had been in the past.
We did a survey this year and sent it to everyone who registered. And the feedback was overwhelmingly cater it and charge $10 more.
Oh, it was.
Like, and people on average were willing to pay $35 per couple to go. Like, there were people who were saying like 50 a couple. And people, almost nobody said, that they weren't willing to raise the price. It went from 30 to 50, with very few people at 50. And some people were crazy out of bounds. Not charging that much.
They donate it to us, so they don't
Yeah,
pay.
yeah, take the cash, but, so they overwhelmingly said charge an additional fee and cater it. Like 80% of people.
Is there a
chose that
way to
option.
eliminate the long lines? Like, if you did food trucks, what can you do to, or maybe cater it, but not necessarily?
And I
Well,
heard
if you
you should
cater
have
it and you
lines.
set up 2 or 3 lines, then yeah, you can eliminate it. There's ways around it.
Yeah, I think if we restructured how we had it set up, we
Right.
probably could have got more through, it's just the way we had it set up.
Yeah.
Well, you
It's a
know how they
little
do the
too big.
breakfast, the pancake breakfast for the volunteers, how they usually have
Two-sided,
double-sided
Yeah.
stations. You could set it up out there and do
We
the.
had 2
Yeah,
stations.
yeah, we were
serving
set up
food.
here, it's just the way, it was a little too linear in the way that we had it set up, so,
Yeah.
we'll just live and learn.
We can copy your carnival.
I think if we extend out to if we had the food out in the courtyard instead of everything up
basketball
here,
court?
we might be able to do that better.
And then do the dance area
I was
right
gonna say
there.
the
Well, it's
outside.
kinda cold,
Yeah,
that's
it's
the
too
only
cold.
problem.
It's hit or miss on
And
the
especially
weather.
for the
You have to play by
kindergartners.
ear.
And you gotta be able to get the electricity.
The average wait time was about 15 minutes for anything.
Which wasn't that bad compared to last year.
No, last year when, I didn't
The
come this year,
lines
last year
were
we waited 45
outrageous
minutes
last year.
for.
So our thought was drop
I
the
was there.
craft, because that's a couple bucks that we don't necessarily need.
Which craft
There were
Big
necklaces and little
And the
hammer
little
spoons.
My daughter is
It's
obsessed
over
with
the
her
moon about the necklace. I know.
They all like
Yeah.
necklaces.
So
I know.
we could
It's like it was
like,
the second
they were
round on the
really-
necklaces.
Yeah, so, but if we wanted catered, we could drop the necklace and do like a picture frame, which we can get on Oriental Trading for 20 cents. And then they get the and we have two full photo booths next year already reserved. So we could do the picture frame, we could do the double photo booth, and put those couple dollars toward catering, which I looked up catering and it was like, pasta, fettuccine, or red sauce with no meat was like $7, and add meat was $1 per person. Floridinas?
Is that, what's the place down in downtown Gilbert, mom and pop shop? It downtown.
Sal's, all the other.
Sal's Pizza,
Oh,
and
Sal's
they've worked
Pizza.
with us before, and they've donated whole meals to the teachers and
So
stuff
that
like
was just
so
my,
they
that,
might-
that was from a friend who went to another streetcar dance and everyone raved about the food.
Yeah.
So, I was,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
that night, there were like 7 friends on Facebook saying, sweetheart dance, sweetheart dance, sweetheart dance. All at different schools all around the
Yeah.
valley. So I said, hey, what did you guys do?
That's a great idea.
So that just came as a recommendation, but their pricing was not out of the range of possibility if we bumped our price $10, because we're spending 4 per person, 4 or 5 per person now, so a few dollar bump could get it catered. Yeah.
I think raising it up, especially if you hear that from your survey response. I'm not a huge fan of the food trucks because they have to be so far removed and then that gets your group farther away. And I just know those lines start to.
How do you guys feel about just not having food at all? Having just desserts?
Would
Cause
change
you
the
went out
time?
anyway.
I didn't get to go.
No, but I'm saying, like,
But I did get pie brought back, so I was okay.
But they went out anyway.
Well, what time does the
Yeah.
average family in Neely eat? I mean, would they have time to eat before they came?
Well, what we would think is change it from 6:30 to 8:30
Instead,
instead of 6 to 8:30.
and then we could do desserts, and the price would stay the same or even go down.
Go down probably.
We could do desserts and little finger food.
Yeah.
Appetizer stuff, and that would come in at like $2 or $3 per person.
But,
So,
I mean, for me, I like that because you can make it like a date night with your kid if you want, you can go somewhere before and then do that. But
See, and
it
that's
just
the thing
depends.
is I'm not gonna have a girl. And she didn't wanna come anymore because she felt last year and the year before and now that everything is geared towards kindergarten through 2nd grade. And there's nothing there appealing for the kids that are 4th, 5th, and 6th grade, especially those 6th graders that, oh, this is my last time, and blah, 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 there's
So what
nothing
would she have wanted?
special. I have, yes.
Craft was definitely not catered towards the little girls.
Those necklaces were.
Well, as I said,
beautiful.
we didn't jump this time.
exactly happy about that.
Just tiny little beads.
Oh.
No, the spoons.
hammer. Oh, the spoon.
Thing that was cool.
It was
Some
my
good
kids.
things about that, they had fun with that.
No, they did. And some of the dads were like, I'm done. I'm out of here. We heard some words.
That's why you gotta name your kids 5 letters or less. Then
Yes.
that's a lot.
Initials. They should have 5 letters, initials.
As I said, we didn't come this year because she
Yeah.
just figured it was gonna be the same old thing.
Well, we tried. And
Yeah.
we had music, and the music was different because there was games. It was like dancing.
Oh, it was
activities.
fun to watch the
dads.
And it was,
My
they,
husband had that comment, he's like, I loved watching all of those dads be so silly with their daughters, cause
Because
he
it
never
was-
found.
And they
We
were,
don't ever
they
hear
were
about it.
hilarious.
it was different than it had been in the past. In the past, it was just music, and this time, there was actual, like, I mean, the dads were challenging the girls, and it was like a dance-off, and it was fun.
The thing that worked really well was the waiting list. We had about 15 people on the waiting list, and we let everyone in. Because we had 4 or 5 cancellations on the, up through the Wednesday before. And before, we've always been like, you can have your money back, but we don't know who to call to say, here's a spot that's open. So it was so nice to like make that phone call, hey, did you still wanna go to the dance? Yes, please, thank you, my dance made me so happy. So it was really nice to have that waiting list.
Organization.
Yeah, the
Uh-huh.
online
That was
registration.
fabulous. It made so many
Online.
people happy.
Yes.
That
I
was
think
cool.
getting as many in, it's such a big thing, and I know this from the kinder through 2nd grader age, but they look forward to it so much. It would be interesting as our kids age, though, to find things that make it interesting. I know Kids Night Out, the sixth grade teachers allowed the
Yeah.
sixth graders to go into their classroom, and it was special, and they could
Yeah.
hang out. So maybe even at the Valentine's dance, it's something that we talk about and can come up with creative ideas to make it special for sixth
So
grade.
like the boys, okay, so, you know, the boys still are like left out.
Where's our night?
And when they did the one that we came to, 2 years ago, yeah,
Yeah.
was with the last one that you guys did.
Yeah, year before.
They really liked that they got to go in one room and for a set time, play video games or some other game against another friend. And then they got to go over here and there's some table thing, and then the board games, they got to meet new people and everything. But as I said, we didn't come to that exercise one, I would not have come to that exercise one. You know,
So-
and then I know in the past they've done, they went to Stratus.
Yeah, they've done laser tag stuff. So one of the only question, or the question you had to answer before you could answer questions about Sweetheart Dance is, what would you like to see, if you were a kid and your school did a mother-son thing, because we were directing it towards the dads, what would you like to see done? Which a lot of them answered, I don't have a son. I'm like, but
They
you
really
were a
answered.
boy, right? You were.
Did I just
I was like, when you were a kid, what would you have liked? I don't have a son. Okay, next, anyway, but we have a whole list of suggestions from them. And that friend who did the Sweetheart Dance with Floridinos, their dad's group does it. And I talked to my husband a little bit, and he said if he could find 4 or 5 dads, he would take on the Sweetheart Dance and do the planning for it. It's them.
For the
For the-
mother-son night.
No, he would take on Sweetheart.
Oh.
The dads plan Sweetheart. And it would be pretty easy this year because we have a DJ for them and we have photo booth for them, so it would really be decorations, theme, and food. And let them choose what they wanna do, what they wanna do with their daughters.
Yeah.
Pull them and say, what do you like to do? So, if you talk to husbands, he's like, I have just a couple people I could call and tug on the ear, but I'm like, that would be wonderful timing wise, if we could go from planning Evening the Arts to planning Carnival and not worry about Sweetheart in the middle of that.
Or we could go from and just have Sweetheart Dance and Mother-Son Night closer together, and we could just worry about Mother-Son, and we could have them worry about Sweetheart.
Yeah.
That would be really good.
So
That
if
would be
your
cool.
husband has ideas and likes to help
Her
Facebook
husband's
people.
forming a committee. Your husband's forming the committee.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
good.
She's in.
Is it your husband who wants to do it?
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome.
I wore him down. After all this time, all this volunteering, he's like, all right, I'll do something.
He's like, I'm already doing it anyway, I was like, what else to do?
I figured him and Terrence, like,
Yeah.
just go for it. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Carnival, unless there's anything else pressing.
Oh, it made $2,500, Sweetheart. Profit.
Okay.
And how many couples did you end up allowing in? How many?
It was
children?
325 kids. So, it was all 160 dads. 160 dads by the time we did.
Like
Yeah.
two, I think.
Yeah.
I wanna say, I think it was 162.
Yeah. Yeah. By the time we did all this stuff, so, yeah, 160 was it. That's been our average. So.
So roughly you made $8 a person, is that right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Carnival.
Uh,
How did you guys think it went?
you wanna
How
know
did
how
it
much it
very
made
well.
first?
Sure, let's hear how much it made.
After all the expenses were in and all the things we expect to get from silent auction, it's at 8,500 profit. So,
That's awesome.
yeah. It's a little lower than previous years because of silent auction stuff, but it was a lot of fun. I mean, I didn't see anybody, I don't know that it was fun, I didn't make it past those gates right there the whole night, not once. So it looked fun as people were walking out, though, they had big smiles.
I saw a lot more, you know, a lot less kids on the basketball court than in years past. Cause in years past, there were people in lines and droves on the basketball courts, and there weren't there this year.
We had the lines going the other direction.
No, but even still, there weren't that many. I mean, the lines were either moving really fast, or there really weren't that many kids that did individual games. They were all out in that field.
There
doing
were
stuff.
a lot of people out in that field, way more than there was last year.
I mean, they could do
A
2
lot.
petting zoos. That poor turkey was getting mean.
Those animals are actually film animals.
Yeah.
So they are trained and they're specifically, they're not too bad, but they're used to being manual.
Did you guys all go to carnival?
My family did, I did.
Yeah, you had other kids.
My husband actually had one of the booths
Okay.
out there, and so, and there was only like 4 booths. There was us, there was the karate, the honey, and then the pie guys. And I kind of talked to all of them because I was, teaching my children, but still trying to like talk. And the one thing that was like a consensus was like there wasn't enough light. Light
You know
was a
what
big
happened?
problem, and they felt like there wasn't a lot of foot traffic.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't notice that section till the end of the
Yeah,
night.
a lot of
I didn't
people
know there was.
didn't even know we were
They were
there.
out in the field.
They were all out in the field,
Yeah.
which is funny because they had to go that way to get through to the
They
field.
just like went behind
Oh, we went
to
by
the
the
petting
balloon
zoo
animals.
or yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, so you went around this
Yeah.
way.
So many
Music
people
was,
went
that's where a
the
lot of
other
people
way.
were going through that. There was a gap between the balloon animals and the next one.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that's what a lot of people did.
Okay.
I
so.
never saw that. See, we had it set up so
We,
that it
we
wouldn't.
intended to funnel them
We
towards you
intended to
guys.
funnel them all
That's
that way.
funny.
Caution tape down.
Yeah.
The funny
Yeah.
part, the funny
Nobody's
part
walk
behind
off
the
the lawn.
lights, I just forgot to ask to have the lights,
Turned on?
the actual, because all the other lights I had gone and turned on, I forgot to have the campus lights out there turned on, and that would have lit that area. That's
And a
what
lot
our
of them
fault.
were like,
That was
we
my
would have
fault.
been fine if we had known there wasn't gonna be lights, we would have brought lights.
No, it would have been lit.
Yeah.
Had I gone over and had,
Flip the
that was
switch
my,
on.
that was literally my fault.
Sometimes
It's
we
like
feel
you're in the dark
for
or
each
you-
other, but we don't always know where we're supposed to fill in for each other.
If you're ever in the dark, you can come find someone in a Neely shirt. We can turn on lights.
I know, sorry, cause that was totally my fault. I even made sure I had them go announce at the thing that we had vendors and that they were, and like everybody, like go visit all the booths and everything like that. I didn't know that they were going around. I thought it was weird too. Cause it was like, as many people that were out in the field,
Yeah. I
I
hardly saw anybody.
never saw them go.
It's because of the food and the tables. Like, I know
kinda,
people,
like,
I was
blocked
trying not to
the-
walk between people trying to eat and get their food.
So
I was
maybe
trying to
remove the
avoid
vendors
that
and people
section,
naturally
not
go,
knowing about
instead of
that.
trying to make people go where they don't wanna go.
Well, and also,
I didn't know. That's where it
see
naturally
much,
comes
I didn't see much other than the karate because, okay, so you're sitting here and you're trying to negotiate around people that are trying to get their food and you don't wanna run into them, and then you go out into the field, and the way the karate set up, I had to go through the blue playground to get around them, and so I didn't go this way,
I wonder
because,
if we put it in the middle of the field, where you can't
They
be
could
missed.
have.
cause they're, well,
Right by the.
but the
right
pair,
by
are the pair,
They
Yeah,
could have been by the
so Winston was
lights.
saying, he was like, we should have been like have the games on the rides on the at the way back, and
The way
then like
back.
right in the middle have the booth.
but you know where the
Which we
parents
could have
are?
done.
We could do
We
that.
could have done, that wouldn't have been a problem at all.
But
Yeah.
We could have had you right by the light area,
Yeah.
like around
Yeah.
the light area, and
But
that
you-
would have been
But you know where the adults are at? 'Cause
right
you-
there, actually.
They're, okay, so you know where the
Because I saw
petting
'em.
zoo was? You know where the petting zoo was? There's a line of camp chairs.
I know.
Right out there. So that, right in front of them, between them and the games, is
I
where
know,
you
I
want
had to
the
ask them to
vendors.
move so I could turn the lights on, cause the minute I popped that engine, they all got blown with the
Yeah.
gas from the lights.
So, I think we should tell our vendors, if you brought 5 camp chairs with you, you would have a captive audience the whole night.
Yeah.
Of parents. I can just sit here. Oh yeah, I'll sit and listen to you, I'll talk.
And my husband, he's not a good planner. Like, I'll be honest. He
But
didn't
next
even
year
think
for
about
sure.
bringing a table, so I
Yeah.
had to go buy a table.
Could you also maybe like put, like the cute little sign where it's the arrows?
Like the
Like
direction
once,
signs.
yeah, once
Yeah.
you get out to the basketball area, maybe.
We need another one.
Have another sign, because
Okay.
like we walk always to the right, but not everyone, cause we're used
Yeah, I know,
to doing that.
we used to
But
going that way.
other people were going to the left.
Left.
So we were just assuming everyone's gonna go
Yeah.
the way that we typically go.
Yeah.
But if there's signs saying, check out our vendors, or, this is where the
Okay.
games are, or the rides are, just more cutesy,
Yes.
right? Cause
We can make
that little
more of
sign is
those.
perfect, but just have like step 2 out there to
I
say.
was surprised too how much there weren't a lot of vendors did you guys?
We didn't book, we try not to book a bunch of vendors. I mean, we do that on purpose.
Yeah, cause you don't
So-
wanna be like,
You don't wanna be one of
Right.
20.
yeah, bombarded and you're like, I'm just at a function, I don't wanna be like.
I
Yeah.
mean, we
But-
try to make it so it's not,
Yeah, 5 or 6
Overwhelming.
is about all
Yeah.
we've ever done.
we've not
Is there a
tried.
way of intermixing the vendors with the carnival booths? Like,
We've done
that in the past,
Does
and
not
we've had
work.
lots of complaints.
Oh my gosh, they totally complained.
Cause they
The
can't, the
parents
kids
do
are up
it,
around
the kids
them.
go and do it without the
Not the
parents'
vendors,
knowledge.
the parents, yeah.
The parents.
So
complained.
especially the karate ones where they're spinning and then they come with the ads and the kids like, Mom, let's go get free karate, and they're like, we're not doing
It's like
karate, you already have
paperback
karate
with
lessons on
7
Wednesday. So parent complaints on that end. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't be opposed to putting them near the booth, but not necessarily intermixed
right.
with the booth.
Well, by the rides, it seems,
I think by the rides
Yeah,
really
because
is the more
people
sensible
are in
way.
line again.
Yeah.
Because
So
they're
when they
out
go
there,
talk,
they
the
were
kid
all
can see
out
it.
there, they were all chatting, I mean, it was kind of quite a gathering place out there, so I think that would have been a way better place.
Bring 5 chairs and we'll knock $5 off the vendor price.
They must have been they must have been going to the booths, because as far as like prizes and stuff like that, all of it was handed out. I just ran out of all the prizes, so at some point, somebody was going to them. Maybe they just never got to a point where it was queued up.
Are you talking
Yeah,
about the
the
vendor
lines.
booths?
No,
the carnival with lines.
Those were
yeah.
perfect for when you first came, before it got busy, we did those and then ran out to the others.
Yeah, but I don't think, I didn't ever see any huge lines on them, you're right, it was never.
What if you put like the vendor booths behind the big toy? Cause that space was like not really.
Behind the big toy is where the zoo is,
Yeah.
our petting zoo.
And then the parents were under the trees.
Yeah.
Do like a big zoo over there.
Over by Tetherball.
So that's not funny.
Not the vendors like out there and where people could.
I think
Because it was too close to the petting zoo.
Okay, so I think we've got some good ideas that we could draw out the 3 or 4 different ideas on how to set it up and where
Yeah.
to set it up. And maybe play with that and put that in for the new board that comes
Are
out.
you guys okay
Can
with
I
it
just
still
share
being March?
one other, oh, sorry.
Are you still good with it being early March versus early April?
I think the weather was perfect.
Yeah, it was
Yeah, the weather's
It's not
I
too
know it
hot,
runs
it's
into
not too
It's
baseball.
always gonna be the same day as the baseball one, which it's just a handful of Neely kids, so for the school, it's really good.
There was a lot going on.
Yeah.
Can you, what's the difference between profit that we've made over the, say, the last 5 years, having it, I know 2 years we've had it at the beginning, and 2 years at least we've had it at the end of March. Can you see what the difference is?
Has nothing to
I
do
don't think
with
that has
timing
anything to do with
whatsoever.
It's the amount
It's
of,
everything to do
auction
with
items.
silent auction, acute, and, corporate donations.
Yeah.
Our actual costs and, like, our wristbands cover the rides and lights. And then our ticket sales are the raffle and the food. And the food, it usually makes $1,000, $1,500. We make a few $100s off of the rides and the wristbands, those are pretty much at cost. The rest is the raffle. So on years that we have iPads and barbecues, huge profit. Years where we have smaller baskets that are worth $150, I actually kept the tickets and then that student council count them out for us. But we're not getting, I don't see very many people sitting at the cashier's table all night. Almost nobody came back out and bought more tickets. Usually there's people coming back out, oh my gosh, I saw this amazing basket, I need 20 more tickets, that didn't happen, the baskets were not amazing enough, and we didn't have Southwest Airlines tickets.
We didn't have Disneyland.
We didn't have Disneyland, and that's almost $1,000 in profit.
Disneyland
instantly.
stopped giving.
No, they started again this year.
Yeah, but,
Do you want me to, next
Yeah.
year, spring break is at the same time, so like, it would be, if we followed our pattern, the carnival would be that Friday, March 1st, and then Friday the 8th is a half day, and then we have spring break. Going into the end of March, there's Easter's farther back next year, so it's not
That
until,
makes a huge difference.
till
too.
April 21st.
Yeah, 'cause
so we could do it
Easter's-
the week after
Yeah.
carnival, after break?
After break.
The week after or 2 week, well,
Because
The
you
week
have,
after
you have,
break.
if you're talking about Fridays in March, it's the 22nd or the 29th. Because you don't have the
Till the
spring
29th,
holiday
right?
until April 19th.
and the 29th won't interfere with AZ Merit starting?
I can't guarantee that.
I was
That's-
gonna say
That's
the
given to us by the
22nd.
state,
Yeah.
but if I can make assumptions based on
April.
historically, they've always done April.
I would say the 22nd. I know it's a week after break, but I feel like if we went to the 29th, we're risking weather,
Mm-hmm.
and the 22nd.
Well, can I caution you on the 22nd though, in that they're adding back in, so spring break
Oh,
is
those
really a
days.
week and a
A couple
day.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
And
you're
then,
only gonna have.
then the
4 days.
19th, then you would only have 4 days. You lose that Monday, cause their spring break
Yeah.
is the 18th and the students come back on the 19th.
I would think about the
29th.
29th.
So the 29th, if you're gonna move it to the end of the month, you
Okay,
either
so
move
it's
it
either
to
the 1st or the
first or the
29th.
29th.
Yeah, we'll have to look at it.
I'm gonna look at the weather on the 29th.
Yeah.
Do I wanna do it? No.
Yeah, and we got lucky because like the week before it was freezing.
Yeah.
So it's so hit or miss.
One thing, I'm so into sports with our family, but winter sports ends that weekend and spring sports begin that Saturday afterwards. So if you're kind of looking at availability of families who are all involved in like I-9 sports or Little League sports, right now what you have is actually a very perfect date.
Okay.
Because you get most participation, I think, that's my opinion.
On the first?
On the first, because all winter sports are
Over at the
ended,
last of
and
February.
the winter or spring starting.
This Saturday.
are
And the
ending.
weather is nice.
And the
I
weather
mean,
is
honestly, the weather is nice.
That Saturday, March 2nd will be the first day of like Little League in Gilbert Chandler area.
Okay.
I do have to say though that Friday was really busy. We had 3 carnivals that night.
Oh, you
So,
did?
I mean, cause I know other schools were doing the same.
Yeah, in our
All this
district,
stuff.
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
there was 4 that I know of that had carnival on the same night.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I know we
And
had to.
and we had discussion about this last week at GCA about how they need to be more cognizant of what's going on when they set dates in the elementary feeder schools, because like tonight, like that Friday night, you know, they're splitting the families. I said, I'm taking my children to the carnival because I'm not gonna just drop my daughter off at the barbecue bingo or whatever function you decide to have that night. I'm like, where's your family gonna go? Where all the family's gonna go and have fun at the carnival? Or I'm gonna go and make everybody suffer, you know, half my family suffer to go to this barbecue bingo and sit there and play bingo.
Well, you know what, Desert Ridge Junior, and don't quote me on the elementary school, I wanna say Canyon Rim, so please don't quote me. One of the east schools, maybe Meridian, I don't know, they do a joint carnival, and it is like carnival rides, carnival, because they have the ginormous parking lot. And so they're able to set up on a solid ground, where like, we have all this space, so.
Yeah.
you wanna do a
The
joint-
district
You-
has rules about that.
Yeah.
You could
I don't
kick
know where they're
block
getting it
off,
from, then you didn't hear that from me.
Block off part of the street though, because we have a,
You could get permission from the city,
Yeah.
and just
if you
block the
wanted
street.
those kind of rides.
Oh, maybe the limitation is because it's field and not.
Street.
Street.
No, it's the
Cop.
insurance. The insurance won't cover it, is what I was told.
But maybe the insurance won't cover it because it's field, not street.
I know like
It
their
can be
concern
over
is the
11
rock
feet
wall.
No,
Yeah.
they
Can
can't, they said it can't
We've
be
had a
anything
rock
over
wall
11.
before.
Yeah, they instituted new rules a couple
It
years
says
ago.
no rock walls,
Yeah.
no bounce houses, and nothing over 11 feet tall.
We have bounce
Yeah.
Yeah.
those weren't.
Those are bounce
obstacle
houses.
houses, well, I understand that.
They are
You
obstacle
could have blow-ups,
courses.
then
Yeah.
obstacle courses. that's fine.
Inflatable obstacle courses.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
My
no place
school
where
was
you're
one of
going,
them, and someone
charge.
broke their leg.
I think those are more
In
fun
half.
because
Yeah.
otherwise they don't hit.
Well, yeah, cause all it is a bunch of bodies slamming into each other in there.
But
You can't.
All right, if nobody has anything else to say about carnival, we'll move on to kids night out, upcoming events.
Oh, I did wanna add,
Thank you for the food.
Yes, thank you so much, Becky, for the food. That was very nice.
that, I was talking to one of the moms at the bus stop this week, and she made a really nice comment because school's a struggle for her child. And she mentioned how, you know, when we do have carnival and we do have kids night out, that it makes school a fun place for her kid to come. And her kids had just such a great time, and it just made me feel so good to get that thanks, you know, of, you know, why it's important that we're here doing this, so. I did wanna pass that.
Very nice, very sweet.
That was my warm fuzzy.
Okay, so kids night out, we have, I talked to a guy, and he said he would come and do an astronomy lesson with the kids out on the field.
And he can do it with 300 kids?
Well, I said we would do it in shifts.
Okay.
What guy?
His name is
Bill Nye?
teacher.
Oh.
No, he's just a friend, but he has like 3 telescopes and
What's
he
his
knows
first
about
name?
Larry.
But does it need to be completely dark?
Well, I think if we're gonna do it out on the grass field, and if we just don't turn on any of those lights, I think we should be okay.
But what time is sunset? Is it
Yeah,
April
it's
or
six.
into April?
It'll be 30 minutes.
April 27th to 6-ish.
Yeah, so it would be
Oh,
30
no,
minutes.
April, no, it's
It'll
gonna
stay
be
lighter.
7.
Close to 7.
Yeah,
Seven.
you're gonna be
And that's what I was
right over.
thinking.
that would
It would
run
be
into
30-minute shifts, starting at 7, so it'd be 7, and so 30, then 8. And we would do 3 shifts with kids that would come out here.
Do that instead of the movie? or-
I'm almost thinking drop the movie because so many kids are just
Yeah,
not
they
watching
don't
it. It's
like
just so much
And
crowd
we had
control.
way more participation when we have this be an educational night, more than just like a drop your kid off and babysit night. Cause I don't think really families are really interested in babysitting. They want their kids to learn and have fun at the same time, so.
I think a
Some
shorter
sort of-
movie would be good or something.
Yeah,
Yes.
like a 45-minute fun cartoon.
4:45.
An hour.
Like a,
Bugs Bunny or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
something.
Sunsets at 7:07.
Yeah.
7:07.
Roll Hunters, that's the one my kids watch on Netflix.
So
I
it'll be
like,
dark until
I
7.
like the idea of having it for the intermediate, like
Yeah.
4 through 6. I don't know that the littles would be interested in it though. I think
I
we
don't
should
think so
still have a
either.
movie
I
for
think we
them.
might also have some broken telescopes.
K3, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Or
we
we
Which
don't
would-
have
should
you
to
know
do
do a
it
what?
all,
movie for
that's
them.
okay too.
That, I like the idea of the older kids for it a lot, and shifting them 4th, 5th, and 6th, half hour each is plenty for all of them to get through. And then K3, that takes that crowd control to like
Yeah, we're taking 4th and
50,
5th out of it.
yeah, we're taking 50% of the, or I mean 40% of the kids out of there.
Well, I have another friend who does balloons, so I was thinking we could have a balloon lady come and do balloons.
I
the little ones.
also have an incredible magician who's performed at the Constitution Fair night, and he also performed at our Cub Scout night the other week. And he definitely
Maybe we do
thrills
that
the crowd
instead
of.
the movie.
We have a juggler that's a parent, I'm totally throwing him under the bus.
Yeah.
You usually throw the
He's
teacher under the
voluntold.
bus for those, that
See,
stuff too,
I almost
Mr.
wonder.
Yeah.
But, and
So
somebody
it's
had
supposed
mentioned a
to do
stem cell or. Sorry.
So,
STEM night.
yeah, and that's I think where we're going with the telescopes. I think because we don't do assemblies, sometimes the kids miss out on things like a magician or a firefighter or things like that, and maybe we can incorporate, and like, we had the animal guy come, that was a huge draw.
That was a huge draw.
So many parents like, oh my gosh, cool, wild animals, yeah, we're in.
My kids
So I'm
still
like-
My kids still talked about it last night, about the snakes.
So I think if we pull in some of those things that are traditional assembly things, because we don't do them here,
I think the fire
maybe we
truck